Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday, August 4th. So today, I had yesterday, you know what, are we peaking on the market? I feel like we might be going a little bit with this seasonality with the market. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you guys are new to my channel, new to checking me out, please go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. And I also want to let you know we will be going over the SPY analysis today, as well as Microsoft, some of my stocks that are on my watch list, which I do live every morning on Ticker Talker TV. And I can also pull this up for you guys. If you guys are interested in trying it, that's not what I wanted, whoops. Then you can go to my website, cjanetrade.com, and it is 50% off through tomorrow. So the link is down below in the comments. Check it out. If you want to try out my watch list, it's roughly 50 cents a day. Can't really go wrong, right? And you can do 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even a year at 50% off. Really want to help people try to break into the trading world because it's difficult, it's expensive to get started, and if you can have pointers along the way to help you be profitable, I'm all for it. All right, so let's look at the SPY. Hey Julio, good afternoon. So we've got the SPY right here. We do have my 45-minute chart where I have this, it looks like a trend line, but it is simply just a midline to this upward channel. So you can see we broke down below the midline. We're still in that upward motion, but we are not able to break that upper, or I should say the midline resistance here. We came up and we tested it, and we've seen some live price action in the dark pools today, as well as, let me pull this up. So we do have the SPY seasonality. Let me even increase it just a little bit more so you guys can see it better, right? So I should turn on the light point. Any event, we are right here, right? We're right at the beginning of August. It tends to have a little bounce up and then a nice pullback, right? To see where we were in mid-July. So let's go back, right? Roughly, that's roughly mid-July, maybe the 10th or so. So let's go back and see, hey, where were we roughly 10th of July, right? More or less, we'll look at it like that. Hey, Asif, I'm good, thank you. All right, so back 10th of July, waiting for it to load. We're looking like if we're following this trend, we are back roughly at 307 area. All right, here we go, 8th, 9th, 10th. Okay, so maybe right around this 311 area, you can see if that does hold true, for the seasonality, we might have a healthy pullback of a good 16 points on the SPY. And I'll also show you some other reasons why I think that might be happening. We do have Apple that will be doing a stock share split that is coming up on the 24th of August. And you can see it's outside, it's way outside of its upward channel that we've been hugging for the past 3 months. And it's really overextended. This is the 45-minute chart. Let's go to a daily chart. You can see here, my thoughts are always, hey, if we can go ahead and pull back to this line, that's a nice point to go ahead and get in. Well, we had a upward trend line that was set. We broke above it, higher than normal volume, the announcement of the stock split and earnings as well. So we might come back down a nice test down here at 405. I think we could easily see at least a 10-point pullback down to 429, if not even back into this upward channel. You know, maybe we are going to set another new upward channel here. But I think we need to look at the fact that it is so far extended away from the moving averages. When in history have you seen it be this far away and stay? Usually it goes up and it pulls back, right? We did have earnings. However, we had our earnings day and then we gapped up the next day. Now, if we're going to go ahead and break down, we could come test the top of this candle, 425 area. We might even come all the way back down to 423. Is it going to go ahead and come back into this channel? It very well could. So we shall see. Not a lot of dark pool activity that I know of on Apple. We also have Microsoft. So Microsoft has been respecting this upward channel as well for a good time frame. You can see pretty much starting back April 6th, and now we're almost August 6th. So for about 4 months, yes, we went out above. So this might be the same thing that happens with Apple. Came outside of our channel and then it pulled right back in, and it's respecting it again. Everyone thought, oh my goodness, the market's going to drop. We're down here at the bottom edge of this channel. Nope, it continued right back up. Now we are in that upper mid half of the channel. It could pull back and it could come all the way back down to the 202 area. It would still be in a bullish trend. However, it would have a nice healthy correction. So that also somewhat coincides with the correction timing of what is going on with the seasonality of the SPY over the past 20 years, right? If we see that if we see that Apple's going to go ahead and pull back in, even if it comes down here, that's going to affect the SPY, right? So when we look at our top holdings, we can say, all right, we've got Microsoft and Apple. Apple is really pulling it up right now with that additional 3 points to the upside. Amazon is pulling back. Facebook is pulling back. Google is pulling back. Johnson & Johnson is pulling back. Berkshire Hathaway, which is interesting because this one, they are somewhat in the financial sector as well, and it's hitting a resistance point. Which line is that, guys? Are we going to break above it, or is this going to be a sell point, right? We do have earnings. Is it after the bell today? I don't know. Let's go really quickly to earnings whisper right here for today, and it should go ahead and tell us if Berkshire is after the bell, or if we just click on today, calendar, before open and after open. So let's see, we have them all. We can go ahead and potentially sort by the ticker. We have Ralph Lauren. We also had Insider that just purchased some shares of Ralph Lauren. I saw that Form 4 happened yesterday. I don't see Berkshire Hathaway. This is the before, I believe. Oh, that's the after. Let me check the before. Ralph Lauren. So I don't see it on here. So it'd be interesting. 212. I'm not sure if it did announce it. It must be after the bell today because it is not showing up. So keeping that in mind, this could be an area where we might find a sell-off. Look at what happened back in June, right? We also hit this exponential moving average. Maybe ASIF, maybe we'll be going ahead and pushing Amazon up to 5,000. At this point in time, we are still in that upward trend. We're holding, but we look like it almost has, I want to draw on here. Up here, we hit 32.45 and it stops. It comes down, 32.45. We're starting to hit a couple lower lows there, right? You see that? Let's go ahead and draw a downward channel, actually. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. My eyes see it right here like this. Or more of a sideways. Very slightly downward. So if we can if we end up breaking below 29.15, watch out, because that could really be harsh. Actually 29.20, even 29.20 area. If we break down from there, we're likely going to be heading back down. Likely test of our 50 simple moving average here, 28.11, and this could be a lot of consolidation. Yes, we had earnings, it went ahead, it gapped up, but look at how quickly it sold off. Really, every time that it goes above 3,200, it's selling off from there. Oh, awesome! Thanks, Dr. P. It's weird on TradingView. It says it's today. So the real test is live vol. Let me go over here and I'll pull it up over here and I'll see if I can find it for us too. See what they have. All right, so looking at my watch list today, again, you guys know I do it live every single morning. Super affordable with the sale that's going on, 50 cents roughly a day. Now, if you guys want to learn more about trading around the dark pool, come on over to the training pit. Dr. P's been there. He went through boot camp. And Dr. P, what do you think? Totally worth learning about the dark pools? As a member of the Java Pit, all right, it is pretty amazing. When you start to see that, say on Tesla, now this is just an example, I don't have any data as of yet for Tesla, it doesn't mean that it's not coming, but maybe we say had a print up here at 1635, right? Maybe we had a print for 100,000 shares at 1635. Well, that would be $1 billion, right? So looking at it, finding out that information, and then you go, wait a second, hey, if these guys, if there was $1 billion that was being sold up here, maybe I want to just follow them. Maybe I want to go ahead and rocket to the downside with these big guys. That's what the dark pool is all about. It's where the really big guys go ahead and hide their shares for millions and millions of shares, not only dollars, but shares. It goes into the billions of dollars area. So definitely come over and check it out at thedarkpools.com and learn about it. You know, try it out for a month and see if it's something that you think is profitable. It gives you an edge to see what these big hedge fund managers are doing. What do you guys think? Jane of the Jungle today, huh? That used to be my nickname in college, was Jane, Jungle Jane. All right, let's go over here to Berkshire and see if I can find it really quickly. Yeah, 8/8 confirmed, it says. So yeah, August 8th. So it was delayed until really 8/8. Interesting. It's going to happen on Saturday. Kind of an interesting day to have that happen. All right, so today on the watch list, DPHC, Diamond Peak Holdings, had it as a potential long or short. Well, it looks like it was a gap and potential crap, right? Let's pull it up over here. 1350, right back at my entry level for potential long. Actually, let's go here. I think if I open up this one and we look at it on a 15-minute chart, we'll go ahead and we'll get those lines because I drew it on that one. Right? So I said, hey, if it goes ahead and it breaks here, 1350, watch out for 1402 for potential profits. Sure enough, went all the way up to $15. We also have NIO that was on the list today. Was bullish above just for a second, broke above that resistance level, and then it came down. So I would say, hey, look at this support. It broke that support. It held it as resistance here. Excuse me, held as support here, and it failed right off the bat, came up. You could have potentially entered right here at that test to see if they couldn't break it above. Sure enough, and it's dropping down. NIO, again, and Li, the two Chinese automakers trading a bit hand in hand with Tesla. The three somewhat tend to trade together in a sympathetic trading style. So you can see Tesla also came down, keeps hitting this trend line and bouncing. Yeah, you know what, Asaf, he always talks about Tesla saying, oh, it's way too high, it's way too high. And then he'll go around and he'll do funding and release funding for SpaceX selling shares of Tesla. So I think it might also be a bit of reverse psychology. He says that in order for people to short it and then announce news that it's had some amazing production numbers for the season, and boom, all those shorts get squeezed. So we do have platinum on here as well for potential. I have that as a potential metal trade going forward if the US dollar is devalued. You know, we might see that the US dollar is going to end up dropping big time. It did drop with 2008 recession. So what's to say that it's not going to happen again? Right? And I watched, check out on Twitter, I put an awesome video about a guy who was a multimillionaire and he had all of his money in one bank, and then his bank went ahead and went under. Overnight, this guy had millions of dollars. He went down to only having about $6,000 in his bank account. So what are you going to do if the banks go under? Do you have some metals on the side? Do you have some cash? Just keeping it on the side. Yeah, gold, silver, platinum, copper even. Metals might turn to be a great safe haven. I saw that last night and I thought, oh my goodness, that is a pretty crazy thing to hear about. Yeah, you know what, Kawakawakila, we can see that Tesla's sort of gone sideways for a bit here. And when it does that, once it is in a bit of a downward motion, actually it started to go up. I'm starting to see that this is going to the upside here. We're starting to hit some higher lows and higher highs. So maybe we have a new little upward channel that's developing as well. And BP rocked it today as well, bounced up, and it's holding its support. So we shall see if that's going to continue to the upside. NKLA, yep, it is quite scary. So NKLA had a nice move to the upside and then pulled back as well. This one isn't even a low float. This one has how many in it? NKLA has 85 million. It was a short squeeze though. So I definitely check out that short volume information. You guys can see Space Galactic, Apple, Pinterest, Fastly, and Microsoft were on my shorts today. So Fastly ended up being a bit to the upside. And Apple as well. Look at that, testing that upper limit, 438.80. Right now we're testing it. So we might start to see that Apple will pull back, and this will end up pulling back on the market as well. So let's go ahead and see. You guys are going to love the image that I put up for this video when it's up. You're going to love it, because if we have hit a top here, look, 2 days in a row, we've topped out right up here around 329.50 area. If we go ahead and we close below that, could very well be a huge downside. Julio, I'll check those out, and I'm gonna have to cut it a little short today because I am going on a Top Steps Trader podcast limit up today at 1 o'clock, so I have to get prepped for that. It looks like Eastman, it looks almost like it's a buyout type scenario, but it's so low. Is it this one, or is it a US stock there, Julio? Yeah, I don't see one there. All right, and then we have ATVI. Let's check out ATVI, Activision. So Activision looks like it got a bit overextended on our daily chart right there. And it pulled back to the moving averages and then bounced as well. Had earnings, and looks like it filled the gap to the downside, might continue to the upside. So let's go back to our 5-minute chart and see here. It looks like it did find support. Look at that, right on my 425 EMA. Looks like it might have room to go on up 50 cents up here to 86.50 if it can fill that run up, 86.70. And then if it breaks out from there, look for 87, 87.50, and so on up to potentially $89. All right, Twilio as well. So Twilio looks like it might be rolling over. You see that rounded top there? It's always good to have a bit more of a bigger picture, right? So if it could break down below 281.30, potentially a short down here to 277. If we break up above, potentially a run up here to 285 for it. You can see it went ahead and it stopped on those moving averages. It stopped here, pulled back, bounced here, pulled back, bounced. Now we're testing that 200 SMA right there on the 5-minute chart. Is it going to fail and continue to the downside, or is it going to go ahead and break through and continue up to the upside? Looking like there's more of a potential trade to the downside here than to the upside because we have all of this traffic right here. All right, and beyond. Also, guys, check it out. I do have the Pitbull video coming up tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern on my channel, so check it out. So Beyond is rocking today. Let's look at our daily. Had a nice run up for the past 2 days, earnings as well. And it looks like, hey, we might come up and test this trend line up here, 143 area. So might have a nice move to the upside right there, 143. and then maybe 146 after that, 146.50. All right, hope you guys have an amazing day. Watch out, we might have a little bit of a slide down in the next couple of days on the indexes, the SPY, Apple, and Microsoft, which could mean great buying opportunities as well. We will see. Maybe the Senate will come out and say, hey, we can't agree on anything for the date or for the specifics of the stimulus, or maybe the numbers will come out. But bottom line is the dark pools lay their prints and then we just trade them. So we don't really care what the news is saying. We go ahead and follow the charts and follow the prints and those trades. Have a great day. See you all tomorrow. Bye.